Good afternoon, Chrisfield families and students. Here are your updates for the week. Once again, congratulations to our seniors who walked across that stage on Thursday. What a wonderful ceremony. Good luck to you and congratulations again. For the rest of us, we have a couple weeks left. We're going to finish this year strong. Make sure if you're missing a day that you have a note. If you have used all your parent notes, make sure that you have a doctor's note, some type of note from a therapist or dentist, so that we do not have an attendance failure at the end of the year. I ran off a couple forms for some students last week to make sure that they're keeping an eye on their attendance. Families, make sure you keep an eye on the attendance. Get your notes in. If for some reason 2 weeks ago you missed a day and you forgot to bring the note, check that in. Get that to Miss Blizzard or Miss Evans so that you can get that coded correctly and we don't have to worry about that attendance failure piece. All right. Tomorrow, the 8th grade will be visiting the technical high school to kind of see the programs that are being offered so they can get an idea of what they might want to do when they get in high school as a tech program. On Tuesday, the 7th graders from SCTHS will be coming over to visit Chrisfield High School to see what we offer them and to get a layout of the school so for next year they're not surprised. On Wednesday, the 8th grade class will be doing their community cleanup. So we look forward to that each year. The PE and health department will be having a field trip to Janes Island, and the Hershey Park incentive trip is also on Wednesday. So if you're a part of those trips, as a part of those incentives, make sure that you keep in contact with those teachers who are running those trips and programs. All right, Thursday, we will start our laptop collection. Second period, 8th grade. Third period will be 9th grade, and then fourth period will be 10th and 11th grade. Make sure you have your charger, your bag, and your laptop. If you don't have if you don't have one of those items, then there will be a fee associated with that. So make sure you bring all three of those items: your bag, your laptop, and your charger. All right, 11:30 there will be a Quill and Scroll meeting. So if you're a member of the Quill and Scroll, 11:30 we'll make an announcement. On Friday, we will be going to Virginia Beach to the Aquarium. If you were signed up for that field trip, make sure you stay in contact with that teacher. At 9:45, any laptops that weren't collected on Thursday need to be collected on Friday. Again, the laptop, the charger, and the bag all need to be turned in. And then at 10:30, there will be the 8th grade awards that will be in the auditorium at 10:30 for 8th grade. So we're starting to wind down. What we want to make sure that, again, we always talk about finishing strong. So we've got a couple weeks left, 9 official school days, a lot of half days next week. But this week, we really want to focus on making sure we have all of our notes in if we need to. We want to focus on make sure we have all of our work in. If we're missing anything, double check with your teachers to be able to get that work in. You want to make sure that you're doing well on that work so that if you're sitting there at a 69, you can get a 70. If you're sitting there at an 89, you can get a 90. So we want to be able to get over that hump right at the end of the fourth quarter. And then, obviously we're looking at the whole year. A lot of us had year-long courses, so we want to make sure that, we finish the year with a passing grade so we can get that credit for the year long. But if you have a semester class, we want to make sure we have that passing grade for the semester. So make sure you're looking at your grades, keeping track of things. Make sure you're keeping track of the missing assignments so you can get those turned in. Communicate with your teacher. If you feel like you need a little bit of help in that, contact one of our LSTs, contact me, Miss Davis, or Miss Evans, and we'll help you with that. But we want to make sure this next week, this week right here is a huge week to really make sure we get everything in. All right. Next week, there's a lot of half days and everything, but this week, make sure we have our work in. Make sure we have our notes in. Make sure that we are finishing this school year strong and we're not going to miss a credit here and there over something simple. All right, like missing an assignment. Zeros don't help anybody. All right, hope everybody has a great rest of their Sunday, and we will see all the students on Monday.